Hello and welcome back. We do now have for you the matchup of Spinjitsu Dojo versus BER with us. These teams sitting fairly close in the table. Spinjitsu are in fifth position with 23 points, and BER with us. Oh well, they're 10 points behind. They are quite a way behind, but BER with us. A lot of this match is about BER with us, really. I think Spinjitsu Dojo now too far behind Poke and the Cockroaches to secure that fourth position, and they do have a nice safe margin between them and the underdogs. It's a margin of 6 points, but underdogs do have 3 games left, so it's not completely over for potentially being the sixth seed, which would mean probably a slightly harder fixture in the next round, although it's quite debatable because Poke and Cockroaches have been moving up the table. Anyway, enough about the table for now because obviously you guys actually can't see it. We're going to bring up the rosters for you as we do have the side of Spinjitsu Dojo, who you just saw. We got Kababa, Hens, Mr. Bro, Seymour, Galaxy, and Rapid, and it does look like they have all 6 players available tonight. So they are, I think, using a random wheel generator to find out who will be starting. So we'll have no idea until they show up in the lobby. And then for the side of BER with us, we have Garus, Foxpolder, Carlson Q, Dan, and Wally. A lineup that have picked up some. They put up some really good performances in this, over the season. A lot of that has come down to Garus having some absolute incredible performances in net. But they've not been able to kind of string those results against some of the weaker teams. They have some good performances against the top teams. They need to get these final few fixtures across the line if they want to first of all keep their position in pro. They pretty much just need a point, maybe 2 points, to guarantee that position in pro. I think a point will probably do it. And they're going to need to win all the rest of the games if they want to have a chance of playoffs. So we're just going to find out the lobby details. So I'm going to go send them to my caster as well. I think we have Radical Rex coming back. We're trying to arrange for another caster to come in at some point because this would be Rex's fourth game in a row. Just a reminder, we do have one more game after this one as well, so don't go anywhere. And if you haven't already, make sure you go into chat and have a look at the prediction. We have the prediction up for you. Which you can vote for either team. And honestly, this is a very close one. I would not lean too much into Spinjitsu's record. I think these are very two closely matched teams. I think Spinjitsu have slightly better talent, but we just saw that not working too well as a team so far. I think they looked a little bit better when Rapid, Hens, and Seymour got going. But yeah, ultimately came quite undone against Bug. And I'm just communicating with my cast. I think we do have Rex again, but we're just going to break it down a little bit further, just so I think he's trying to organize casters for the next match. So yeah, I think a lot of this is going to come down to just how well BER plays as a team, and it sounds like quite a simple way of breaking it down, but I think they have the talent. I think Wally has improved massively. I think when I first heard that he was going to go play pro this season, I was thinking, oh, I don't know if that's too big of a jump, but it hasn't been. I think he's really improved as a player. I think he's been pretty solid. And if he can link up with Garus at the back, and I think they've got Dan is a seasoned veteran up front as well. I think if there's one thing he can do is score goals. And yeah, but the only thing I think I'm a little bit skeptical of is for BER with us is who is the second striker. I see a lot of Isaac Garus, I think quite a defensive player. Fox Poldo, I think his best position is probably goalkeeper, as well as Garus. I see Wally, who I think's best position is probably defender now. Maybe he could play like sort of like a second striker role, but then I sort of think who's going to play defender. I'm not sure. Fox Polder or Carlson Q have that sort of kind of defensive instinct to really cut everything out at the pro level at the moment. I think Wally's probably their safest bet there. So yeah, just trying to figure out who is that second sort of link up striker for Dan to work with up front. Maybe the one thing missing from their roster. But on the side of Spinjitsu, I think they have everything they need. They've got incredible goalkeeper, Mr. Bro. I think these were my dark horses, I think, heading into this season. I really thought they could do some damage with this roster. They got incredible goalkeeper. I think Hens really showed himself as a formidable defender last season, and then I think Gababa, the man just scores goals. And linking up with creative players like Seymour and Rapid, anything could happen. I really thought they could get it going. But we are a couple minutes out from starting the game. We're just waiting for everyone to get to the lobby. And we do have 3 players on each side. We will be starting any moment. And it will be Mr. Radical Rex for this game. I don't know if he's ready yet.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yep, Rex is it. Okay, I'll leave it to you, Rex.
Well, yeah, like Rob said, I think the key here for Beer With Us is going to be, can Carlson Q, who I don't really know much about as a player, can he fill that gap that they really has, which is they need that second striker. I mean, for my money, I think Dan is a player who's often underrated in the Pro Division. I think he's a really good player in the Pro Division, but I think on this team so far this season, he's never really had a partner to work with up front. He's often struggled for support when attacking. And so just have to wait and see if Carlson Q can be that player. I really don't know anything about him. In terms of Spinjitsu, it's Mr. Bro, Galaxy, Gabubba, and Rapid who form the lineup. They do have Hens on the bench. So they have options, and they do like to mix that team up. We'll see if this lineup works for them. I think we'll see Rapid as the more attacking player, Galaxy and Gabubba as the more defensive players, Mr. Bro obviously in net. We should be underway shortly, just waiting for one more player from Beer With Us to ready up, and we'll get started with the game. And there we go. He's readied, and we should be underway. So it's Spinjitsu in the purple, Beer With Us in the grey, and we are underway here. When I say purple, it's nearly black, but it is purple. Trust me, for Spinjitsu Dojo, and they get the puck to start. Carlson bouncing it up, and we'll see how this goes. Dan pressing on Galaxy as the puck plays it into the middle. No one there for it. Has it again now. He's plays that round for Wally. Wally puts it in the middle, but pass not really to anyone. Dan was a little bit further down the board, but no one on the end of that. Here's Garrus. He plays across for Wally. Wally will try and play that up. Stopped there by Garrus. No, by Gabubba, sorry. Garrus sends it straight back to Wally. Rob did mention it, but a lot of the times when Beer With Us do win, it's off of incredible performances by Garrus, but Wally there taking the lead. Dan played the puck up to him, and Gabubba actually got it, but lost it to Wally. And he's gets in front of net there, drives it home, and takes the 1-0 early lead for Beer With Us. Bouncing back to Garrus now. And again, like Rob said, it's Beer With Us who this game is really important for, because they need the points to make sure there's no risk of them getting relegated. Make sure that they can fight again for another season. In case you're not aware, the 10th team goes straight down to Challenger, and the 9th team plays in the promotion gauntlet. So 10th team in Pro and the first team in Challenger swap places effectively. And then the next 4 teams in Challenger, so 2nd to 5th, run a gauntlet against that ends with the 9th team. And the winner of that gauntlet takes that spot in Pro. And so... and Gabubba there, good pressure. It was a loose puck in front of net, worked in by Galaxy, and then Rapid, and Gabubba was able to get right in Garrus's face, and they need to make sure somebody's helping Garrus there, because he was left alone a little bit and not able to clear that one away. Has it now behind net with Gabubba pressing. It only goes as far as Rapid. Rapid will try a shot. Wally shuts it down. Gabubba tries one at the far post. Bouncing now to Galaxy. Now Rapid. Rapid into the middle, bouncing off the far board. Mr. Bro plays it in. Wally will pick up. Here is Dan. Dan tries the shot there. Dan round for Wally. Wally across into the middle. No one's able to get on the end of it. That one up, all the way up from Mr. Bro. Garrus picks up on the other end. Now plays it out for Dan, who's got space to work with on the far board. Tries a shot, but it's well off the mark. Here's Galaxy. Galaxy losing it, and Garrus will pick up. Now that bouncing off the board. Dan picks up again. Can he find a way into the middle? He's just going to bounce that round the back for Carlson. Back to Dan. Tries it into the middle again, but not able to get it in. Galaxy here. Round to Rapid. Spinjitsu certainly seems to be in control of the game here, but still 1-1. And Garrus forced to clear that one off the line. Here's Wally on the counter. Can he find a way to get that to Dan? Gabubba cuts out. Needed to play that pass much earlier, I think. And again, now back to Garrus, escaping Rapid's pressure. All the way back to Mr. Bro. Now back to Garrus. Mr. Bro, Rapid again. Now Gabubba tries the shot and he puts it wide to the right. Gabubba puts it in the middle though. And Galaxy not able to get that shot off. Gabubba and Galaxy fight for it. Gabubba now back to Rapid, but Carlson cuts it out. Here's Galaxy. Garrus up the board. Now Carlson. Here's Galaxy up to Gabubba. Gabubba. Shot cleared away, and Dan will try again, but he's given no space on the board there. Here's Garrus. Just trying to get the puck out there half here, and they're struggling here with us. All the way back to Mr. Bro, and he easily picks that one up, collects it, and sends it for Gabubba. Carlson pressuring. Dan can't get on the end of that loose puck. Here's Wally. Back to Mr. Bro. Back to Rapid. Rapid takes his time with it, puts it in the middle. Gabubba with an opportunity to shoot, but he missed that one. Now Garrus will take it. Bouncing it for Wally. Rapid again tries to find some space, can't quite. Here's Garrus playing it up the board. Mr. Bro clears it away, and the game has been pretty neutral. SPJ maybe have had the slightly better chances, but neither team has really been able to threaten the other net much. Mr. Bro all the way up the rink there. Don't see that often. And that will be at the end of the second period, you'd assume, unless miracles happen. Garrus picks up the puck, and that will end. Sorry, end of the first period, not the end of the second period. End of the first period. And there we go. It's 1-1, all tied up. An early lead for BER with us, but Spinjitsu quickly came back into it, got that goal, and since then, neither team has really had much of an edge. The stats there don't say much about the game. Passes dominated by Spinjitsu, but other than that, pretty even for both sides. And we are underway with period 2. Here's Mr. Bro. Now Wally. Wally there. Just losing that puck. Rapid picks up. Can Rapid maybe do something with it here? Rapid has a lot of experience, but so far, fairly quiet from him. Hasn't done much. Mr. Bro plays the puck around the board now to Gabubba. Carlson and Gabubba fighting on the board. Back round to Mr. Bro. Neither team is really attacking all that much. And as I say that, Rapid misses an absolute sitter there. Galaxy played it in. Garrus was on the near post. Rapid had the entire net in front of him and managed to miss it. Just as I was saying, they weren't attacking much. About as good an opportunity as you can get. And Rapid, unfortunately, not able to finish it there. Here's Carlson. Needs to clear this one out. And that puck bouncing around. Bro tries the shot. Not to be. Galaxy. Now Rapid. Gabubba into the middle, but again, nobody there for it. And Dan will play it across for Carlson. Now back for Garrus. Garrus plays up the board for Carlson. Can Carlson look into the middle? Finds Wally. He chips it up in the air and gets the second. Wally's scored both so far. Nicely worked by the team there. It's actually a deflection that took it to Wally, but he found himself in space and delivered the shot perfectly onto that far post, and in it goes. Here with us takes the 2-1 lead. Here's Garrus. Now Carlson. Carlson looks in the middle and Dan makes it 3. And we said at the start, Dan needs to find that pairing. He needs someone who's going to work with him. And so far, Carlson looks like he's going to be that guy. Plays a lovely pass in there. Dan gets it on the far post and makes it 3-1. Here's Dan again across for Carlson. It bounces out into the middle. Can Wally pick it up? This is a good turn of form for Beer With Us, but can they maintain it? 2 goals in quick succession. Will they be able to keep that up for the 2.5 minutes left in this period, and then another 5 in period 3? Wally there skips over his stick, but back to Gareth. Gareth tries to bounce up to Carlson. Here's Gabubba. And Dan does well there, gets in his face, doesn't really give him any options. Nearly a good pass through to Dan there, but Wally just couldn't quite find him. This time does. Dan launches the long shot on target, and it's Bro that stops it. Rapid. Back to Galaxy. It's worth noting that was 2 assists there from Carlson in quick succession. That is exactly what they need. Gareth there making a good save on the post. A little bit of pressure coming the other way now. Spinjitsu, maybe a little kick up the arse. They realise they need to get on this. Gareth plays it for Carlson, and can Carlson work the puck into the middle again like he has in the previous 2? This time he's shut down quickly. Dan, though, coming in from the other side. Can he win it off Mr. Bro? Wally battles on the board for it, and it's all the way back to Gareth. Gareth can't get it past Galaxy. Here's Rapid into the middle, and it's all the way back to Bro. He was back up to Rapid. Wally looking to play it out here, but he's got 2 shutting him down. Now Gabubba. Gabubba plays it up, and Rapid sort of fighting with Gareth there, but can't do anything with it. Wally comes in to clear it away. Now Dan, can he find it across to Carlson? Yes, he does. Chips it up, but put it in the air, and Carlson couldn't get his head on it. I think the chip wouldn't have got past Mr. Bro if it hadn't been put in the air, so Dan did need to put it in the air there, but maybe Carlson just not quite expecting it. Dan tries a shot there off the far board, and it feels like for the first time, Beer With Us look like they have a structure when they're attacking. They know what they're supposed to be doing. Dan and Carlson playing a side each. Carlson on this near board and Dan on the far board, and it is working so far. Wally sitting in that central space over the net, and the goals have come through that. And there we go. Wally given another puck in the middle, and Carlson is doing a brilliant job here. Look at this. Escaping Gabubba, plays that in lovely, just perfect. And the nearest person to mark Wally was Dan. That's not the greatest defending I've ever seen. You're not supposed to leave the strikers to mark each other, but Dan there was as close as it came to a defence, and he's on the wrong team. And there we go, 4-1. And I mean, it's just worth saying, like I said, Carlson has immediately stepped into this role and looks like he's perfect for it. 3 assists already in his first game. Well, I think it's his first game. It might not be, to be fair. And that will end the second period, and it's a very different game to what it was at the end of the first. At the end of the first, it was pretty much hard to say who was on top. It was very even and not really much in the way of attacking play from either side. Whereas this time, Here With Us have generated good chances in the middle. And it's been Carlson who's been playing those passes in, and Dan and Wally have benefited massively from the service they've been given. Well, here we go, period 3, and SPJ have their work cut out now to get back into this game. Here's Gabubba, and Dan wins it straight off him on the board and sneaks that one in. Beautiful shot in there. It's now 2 goals for Dan, 3 for Wally, and 3 assists for Carlson. Gabubba tracking back, and SPJ need to act quickly. Gabubba finds space there, but the pass, not the best pass ever, needed to be more direct because there's a very slow pass and end up being caught by the defender. Here's Dan, and Dan will try and batter his way in there, can't quite. Galaxy up to Hens. Wally comes across to defend Gabubba and does so well. And now Garrison, Wally combine to ensure that hen shot never had a chance. Dan there tries one off the board. It's off target, but Carlson gets it back to Dan. Dan will try and sneak that one in front of net. They're both fighting on the board now, Dan and Mr. Bro, that is. All the way across for Galaxy, and Garrus will pick that one up. Plays it round, Dan into the middle for Carlson. Carlson. Still Carlson on the board there. He looks round, Gabubba stops it on the board. Carlson catches it again, and again he plays it round for Dan. Those two linking up well behind the board there. Gabubba, now to Hens. And it's caught by Wally in front of net. Now Garrus. What can he do? Tries to escape the pressure. Gabubba, can he battle away in? No, he can't. Now Dan on the break, and Galaxy does well to win it back, but he's got Wally right on him. Here's Garrus. And Garrus can't play it away from Galaxy. Just about clears it away. Carlson now losing out to Gabubba. Wally comes to help out. Here's Garrus. He'll look to play it out to Dan again. No, he won't. He'll back away from that. Had Dan on the near board, but he decided against it. Dan was covered well by Hens. This one bouncing out for Dan. Now Mr. Bro. Dan fighting hard. Here's Garrus again. Up to Dan. Can Dan... he didn't really have the help he needed there. Didn't really have much of an option, and in the end lost the puck. I think a pass was maybe possible to Wally, but now it's Gabubba pressing the other way. Here's Carlson. Back to Galaxy. Now back all the way to Bro. Bro plays it in the middle for Galaxy. Back to Mr. Bro again. Dan chasing him on the board. And he plays it all the way around for Hens. Carlson standing firm in front of him. Here's Galaxy again, and this time Wally does well. Tracks back, bounces it off of Galaxy. Garrus needs to keep it away from the net, and Dan does brilliantly there. Gets all the way back into the net and taps that one away when it looked like Garrus had just let it slip. Mr. Bro bouncing out. Here's Galaxy again. What can he do this time? Losing the puck on the board. Carlson shuts down his options and wins it. Back to Hens. Carlson breaks away. Can he find Dan in the middle? Oh, and he should have gone for the pass. I think, to be fair, he's had his 3 assists. I think maybe he thought it's time to get himself a goal, and he tries the shot there, but he had Dan wide open. Mr. Bro easily able to pick up the shot, but could have been a much better attack. I can't blame him, to be honest, but Gabubba goes back the other way, and they finally get their goal. Taken them a while. It was the first period when they got their last one. They get a second there with 1:34 left. 3 goals certainly possible in 1.5 minutes, but not easy. Gabubba here. Can he get one quickly maybe? No, loses it to Wally. 2 players who are probably more notable than any other for spinning. There's always the joke that Wally and Gabubba like to spin, and they clashed there. It was Wally that came away with the puck that time, but both have had their moments in this game. Wally has scored 3, benefited massively from that incredible service provided by Carlson. Garrus plays it round. Carlson will win it on the ball. Bro trying his hardest to win it back. Gabubba comes in from behind to get that one out. Here's Garrus. Bouncing up again around Carlson. And can he get another pass in? Oh, and he just maybe fumbles the puck. It looks like he tried to scoop it off the board and it just didn't get on his stick as he wanted. That one played into the middle, but nobody able to drive it in. Here's Bro. No pressure on him. Finds Hens. Wally stops that one there, and then Garrus stops the second effort. And the pressure reaching there. Wally taps that one away. All the way back to Bro again. Dan has it in the middle, chasing this down. It is Carlson. Now Wally. Now Carlson. Galaxy puts it in the middle. Can Gabubba turn it into a goal? There's 10 seconds left. It looks like BER with us have secured themselves 3 points. And I think more significant than the 3 points, for my money, is how much more structured they look. Carlson tries a shot to end it, but it will end 5-2. And like I said, more important than the 3 points they get there, I think the real big takeaway for BER with us is the introduction of Carlson in this team has really transformed the way they look as a team. It looked like they were very structured attacking. They knew where they needed to be, where previously it always felt like there was not really a clear understanding of what each player was supposed to be doing. The roles really much clearly were worked out there. Dan and Carlson each playing a board, and then Wally just sitting in the middle playing defensively. And they looked on it there. They looked absolutely on it. They created goals well. They defended well. And I think that's a big step forward for Beer With Us after a difficult season so far. But in the end, it is it's Beer With Us who come away with a 5-2 win, and I will pass it back to Rob JWA for intro for the next game.
Hello and welcome back. We now have the match of Underdogs versus Beer With Us. That's going to be in about 10 minutes. I think the game just been. I think that moves Beer With Us safely away from the relegation position now. Yep, they are completely safe from auto relegation, as they are now 7 points clear of Guernsey Hockey Team, who only have 2 games left. So even if they won both of them, they would not catch Beer With Us. So Beer With Us are now safe from relegation. They are not entirely safe from the gauntlet. So they still need how many points do they need to be safe on the gauntlet? Mathematically, they need 2 points to be safe. Actually, no, sorry. They need more than that. They need we gotta do maths on stream. They need technically 4 points because Beer With Us, no, Happy Kittens have 3 games left to play. But realistically, I think some of those are hard fixtures. I'm not entirely sure how they're going to go with Happy Kittens. So we will be back in a few minutes for the final game of Underdogs versus Beer With Us. Underdogs are needing, if they win this match, they will, I think, secure their playoff position. Underdogs basically just need to get 3 more points, and they have secured their the 6th and final position in playoffs. And they are going to have 3 opportunities to do it with only 15 games played. And their final fixtures are against teams all below them. So if Beer With Us win this, they'll move themselves into that position, in that 6th playoff position. But Underdogs will still have 2 chances to reclaim it back. So yeah, it's going to be all to play for. And we'll be right back in about 2 minutes for the breakdown of the preview for that game.